We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Pro-Hamas protests escalate. The Senate passes foreign aid and a TikTok ban, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Pro-Hamas anti-Semitic protests at New York University's campus turned violent Monday night when demonstrators hurled bottles at police officers who were sent to the scene to disperse a large unruly crowd, officials said. NYPD Deputy Commissioner of Operations Kaz Daughtry posted a video to X taken from a live news feed showing several airborne bottles being flung at police. The NYPD inserted graphics into the video pointing out 4 bottles being thrown in the background shot as a reporter for ABC7 described the chaotic scenes unfolding. NYPD sources confirmed that 133 demonstrators were arrested at the NYU protest, with police using zip ties and flex cuffs to remove the protesters from campus. They were taken on a bus to police headquarters where they were charged with trespassing, the sources said. Meanwhile, Columbia University in New York set a deadline for administrators and pro-Hamas protesters to reach an agreement to end the encampment on campus, as a police presence is standing by at the university. University President Manu Shafik initially set a deadline of midnight for an agreement with student organizers that must include dismantling the encampment, dispersing, and following university policies going forward. Shafik said in a message to the university community Tuesday night that if discussions are unsuccessful, administrators would have to consider alternative options for clearing the West Lawn and restoring calm to campus so that students can complete the term and graduate. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted Tuesday night that any police enforcement against the pro-Hamas protesters would be an escalatory, reckless, and dangerous act. It represents a heinous failure of leadership that puts people's lives at risk. I condemn it in the strongest possible terms. This comes after the squad member labeled pro-Hamas protests on college campuses as peaceful, despite the protesters attacking police and Jewish students. The Senate on Tuesday passed a package to provide billions in aid to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, sending the legislation to President Joe Biden's desk to become law after a rocky 6 months of political battles. The final tally was 79 to 18, a rousing show of bipartisanship in an era of deep political divisions. The relentless work of 6 long months has paid off, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said on the Senate floor following an earlier procedural vote. The bill also forces a sale of TikTok by its Chinese owner ByteDance, or else face a ban in the U.S. within 270 days. TikTok promised to do all it can to fight the bill, with its head of public policy for the Americas declaring, "This is the beginning, not the end of this long process." President Biden said he plans to sign the bill into law today and give an address to the American people. The Federal Trade Commission on Tuesday banned employers from using non-compete contracts to prevent most workers from joining rival firms, achieving a policy goal that is popular with labor but faces an imminent court challenge from business groups. The measure, approved by a 3-2 vote, marks the first time in more than 50 years that the FTC officials have issued a regulation to mandate an economy-wide change in how companies compete. The Commission has historically operated like a law enforcement agency, investigating and suing individual companies over practices or deals deemed to violate the law. The rule prohibits companies from enforcing existing non-compete agreements on anyone other than senior executives. It also bans employers from imposing new non-compete contracts on senior executives in the future. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.